Most people treat their birthday like a day to relax, sleep in, brunch with friends, post a few selfies on social media. Not Caitlin Clark. While the world was wishing her well online, she was somewhere completely different. Not just any gym, the Indiana Pacers training facility. And not just with anyone, she was working with Rob Dozier, an elite NBA trainer who knows exactly how professional athletes are built. But here's the part nobody's talking about. This isn't just about dedication, this is survival. What Caitlin is doing, the way she's training, the people she's surrounding herself with, it reveals a hard truth about the WNBA. The league simply isn't set up to develop a player at her level, and Caitlin knows it. Here's the reality. This birthday workout, it's more than just sweat and reps. It's a statement. It's Caitlin saying, and if the WNBA can't prepare me for the next level, I'll create my own path. And the fact that she has to do this speaks volumes about where the league truly stands. Because this isn't just about work ethic, it's about a generational talent building her own infrastructure, because the existing system wasn't ready for her. Here's the setup. Caitlin just brought Rob Dozier on board, and before anyone shrugs and says, cool, a new trainer, understand who Dozier is. He's not some WNBA skills coach. This is a guy who's worked with NBA players, G League teams, and athletes competing against the best talent in the world every single night. He understands NBA level spacing, how to exploit defenders who've studied your every move, and what genuine professional development looks like. And here's the key. Keith Porter, her trainer from last year, Ori is no longer in the picture. He guided her through her bulk up phase, the transition from Iowa to the WNBA, but he's gone. That's not random, because while last year's training plan was well intentioned, it didn't fully prepare Caitlin for what she actually faced in the pros. Let's rewind to last summer. Caitlin added significant muscle, bulked up to survive the physicality of the league. Everyone said she needed it. You're too small, you'll get bullied, gain strength to survive. So she did, and when photos surfaced from her birthday, people noticed. The results were undeniable. She looked like a machine in the weight room, but here's the catch. That bulk up plan came with consequences. She lost some mobility, her shot rhythm shifted, she wasn't as fluid off the dribble. And then came the injury, plantar fasciitis, a common result of pushing the body in new ways. I'm not saying the weight gain directly caused it, but the timing is telling. Rapid changes in muscle mass, mechanics, and center of gravity can break down even the most talented athletes, especially someone whose game relies on speed, agility, and explosive first steps. Fast forward to this year, Caitlin is leaner, quicker, more mobile. The version of herself that dominated college basketball is back, just refined. The message is clear. Out-muscling the WNBA isn't the answer. Outsmarting it is. And that's where Rob Dozier comes in. The secret most people don't realize about elite trainers. It's not about the drills. Everyone does catch and shoot, pick and roll reads, transition finishing. The drills themselves aren't the magic. It's the environment around them. On the NBA side, the top trainers don't just put a player in an empty gym. They bring competition, real defenders, players who can challenge you, force you to make decisions under pressure, push you to adapt in real time. That's exactly what Caitlin is doing now. She's not training alone, she's with a group, 5 other high-level athletes, creating a competitive, real-world environment that forces growth. This is more than a workout. It's Caitlin Clark rewriting the playbook on how to become elite when the system isn't ready to support you. That means someone's crashing the boards, someone's making the pass, and someone's locking down a defender. You can run 2-on-2, simulate real game situations, make it competitive, and most importantly, make it uncomfortable. Because that's exactly what Caitlin needs right now. Not more mindless repetitions. She needs problem-solving reps. She needs to practice attacking right and finishing with her left. She needs to create under contact when her first move gets stopped. She needs counters for defenders who already know her habits. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wanted to say last year. If you watched her workouts from last summer, she barely used her left hand. I said it at the time, and people pushed back, calling it criticism. But it wasn't hate, just observation. In her public clips, she attempted maybe 3 off-the-dribble right-side shots. And guess what showed up in games? Defenders forced her right, shaded her left, and made her uncomfortable. When you train alone, drilling without resistance, you can't replicate that. You don't build the muscle memory to counter it. You don't develop the confidence to finish under pressure. Now, with Rob Dozier in the Pacers facility and with multiple players around, she can simulate real game scenarios. She can feel contact. She can practice finishing through defenders. defenders. She can develop the counters she actually needs. This is crucial because Caitlyn's talent is so high that she can get away with certain things until she can't. In college, she could dominate off her left hand and still drop 40 points. But in the WNBA, against elite defenders who study every second of your film, relying on one move isn't enough. The league has started to figure her out. Not completely, but enough. They know how to disrupt her rhythm, force her right, challenge her left-hand finishes. She's still elite, but she's no longer untouchable. And she knows it. That's why she's taking matters into her own hands, hiring an NBA level trainer, training in an NBA environment, because the WNBA's player development system wasn't built for someone like her. Think about development in other professional leagues. There's a full structure. Player development coaches, assistant coaches dedicated to skill work, analytics teams breaking down film, sports science departments monitoring load, nutritionists, strength coaches, mental performance experts. It's a system built for elite growth. In the WNBA, most teams don't have that kind of infrastructure, not at the level a star player needs. Caitlyn learned that the hard way, so instead of waiting for the league to catch up, she went around it. She hired her own NBA level trainer. She's using the Pacers facility. She's creating her own elite development environment. And here's another side effect the league noticed. Last season when Caitlyn was injured, the WNBA lost the face of its product for a stretch. Viewership dipped, momentum stalled. And a big part of that was the physical toll she faced, questionable officiating, and the pressure to bulk up just to survive. You can bet there were conversations behind the scenes, league officials, team executives, maybe even broadcast partners saying, "We can't let our stars get pushed around like this." Caitlyn Clark isn't just working hard. She's showing the league exactly what it takes to compete at the highest level, and what happens when the system isn't ready to support a generational talent. And this isn't just about Caitlyn, it's about the league as a whole, because when your stars are sidelined, the product suffers, ratings drop, momentum fades, relevance dwindles. That's exactly part of what we're seeing now. This season, the league is finally protecting its stars. Officiating is tighter, the cheap shots, the flagrant fouls that went uncalled last year, they're being cracked down on. The WNBA has realized that if you're going to build a league around star power, you actually have to protect those stars. But here's the key. Caitlyn isn't waiting for the league to figure it out. She's already moved ahead. She's training like someone who knows the system can't fully support her. And that's what makes this so fascinating. Caitlyn Clark isn't just chasing the title of best in the WNBA. She's developing at a level that transcends the league entirely. If you're noticing what we're seeing, drop a comment. Tell us where you think Caitlyn goes next, because her approach this offseason makes it clear she's not satisfied. She wants more, and frankly, that should send shivers through the rest of the league. Now let's talk next season. Fine, if Caitlyn returns lighter, faster, more mobile, with improved counters going right, with smoother left-hand finishes, and NBA-level problem-solving instincts, the league is in real trouble. Last year, even dealing with physical defenders, injuries, and defenders shading her left hand, she still posted elite numbers. She still changed games. She still elevated Indiana Fever from lottery team to playoff contender. Now, imagine her at full capacity. And here's something most people still don't fully grasp. Caitlyn's game isn't about raw athleticism. It's skill, IQ, and craft. She doesn't need to jump higher or run faster. She needs to get smarter, more precise, and expand her offensive arsenal. That's exactly what this training environment is for. Working with Rob Dozier isn't about grinding out more reps. It's about smarter reps. Real game scenarios with real resistance. Building counters before the defenders even know what's coming, training your body to instinctively respond to every situation. That's how NBA players reach elite levels. They don't just drill, they problem solve. They make practice uncomfortable so the game feels easy. That's exactly what Caitlyn is doing right now. But step back for a moment, this isn't just a story about one player. It's a story about what happens when a generational talent enters a league that isn't ready for her. The WNBA has never had someone with this kind of hype, this level of visibility, this much pressure. And the league struggled. Officiating wasn't prepared for how she'd be defended. Scheduling wasn't ready for the attention she drew, and player development wasn't built for someone operating at her level. So Caitlyn adapted. She built her own system, hired her own experts, created her own environment. That's a massive statement. I'm not waiting for you to catch up. I'm moving forward with or without you. Every star in the WNBA should take note. What Caitlyn is doing now, the blueprint she's creating, exciting. That's the future of player development in this league. You can't rely on the system to provide everything you need. You have to take ownership, invest in yourself, and build your own infrastructure. Do that, and you can rise above the league's current limitations. Here's the scary part. Caitlin Clark, with space, rhythm, and advanced problem solving, is already one of the most dangerous offensive players in the world. Now picture her after developing counters, becoming comfortable attacking both directions, training in NBA level environments, and returning lighter and more mobile than ever. This isn't just all-star or MVP level, it's generational. She's the type of player who can shift the trajectory of an entire league, and the WNBA better be ready, because based on what we're seeing, Caitlin isn't just coming back next season, she's coming back upgraded. And here's the irony. The league that wasn't ready for her last year, the league that let her get pushed around, the league that lacked the infrastructure to support her development, they're about to reap the benefits of the work she's doing now. When Caitlin Clark thrives, the whole WNBA rises with her. Viewership spikes, interest grows, sponsorships increase, the entire ecosystem benefits, but she isn't doing it for the league, she's doing it for herself, and that's exactly how it should be. Because you can't control what the league does. You can only control what you do. If you want to follow this journey, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll track every workout, every update, every move throughout the offseason. And in the next video, we'll break down exactly what the Fever need to do to maximize her talent. Because having a generational star is one thing, using her to her fullest potential is another. That's the story. Caitlin Clark is rewriting the development playbook in real time, and the rest of the league is scrambling to keep up.